Welcome to this Sow-in ritual. Sow-in represents the gateway between worlds. October's dying light brings us to the beginning of Samhain, the witch's new year, and perhaps the most potent point of the wheel of the year. This time of year is when the boundary between our world and the spirit realm becomes permeable. The veil thins and creates opportunities for profound connection and transformation. This Celtic fire festival traditionally began at sunset on October 31st, honoring the moment when summer's reign officially ended and winter's wisdom began. During this liminal time, the veil is thin. What that means for us is that our intuition runs clearer, our dreams carry more weight, and the messages we've been trying to hear all year suddenly come through with startling clarity. Join me in my annual Sow-in ritual to welcome in this time of introspection, reflection, and preparation. For this ritual, you'll need a black candle, a white candle, a bowl of water, small sheets of paper, your tarot deck, a journal, and a pen. If you would like to include any crystals in your ritual, I recommend black onyx, spiderweb jasper, and orange calcite, as well as the herb thyme. I began my ritual by placing some water in a shallow dish. To the dish, I added spiderweb jasper to honor the web of life, navigate transformation, and walk between worlds with balance and strength. Next, I added thyme for purification and ancestral honoring. Next came orange calcite for renewal of spirit, and black onyx for protection and strength. Last, I added cinnamon for protection, spiritual connection, and attraction of abundance. As with all rituals, I set an intention and cleanse the space to lock in the intention with some simple incense. Next, I took my white candle and lit my black candle as well, honoring the darkness, holding all fields of possibility, and the light that guides me through transformation. Next, using Palo Santo, I cleansed the space one last time. Over the last few weeks leading up to the holiday, I began recording intentions for the upcoming year and writing them down on small pieces of parchment paper, folding them carefully and placing them in an abalone shell. On this final day leading up to Samhain, I made my final intentions and placed them in the bowl with the others. Having set my intentions for the year, it was time to release what was no longer serving me and to acknowledge everything I have learned over this last year, blessing each lesson for its service in my life and honoring it with gratitude, but also releasing it, for it has completed its purpose in my life, and blessing its transformation into wisdom. Next, I dipped my fingers into the water to touch my forehead, opening my mind to be clear and receive wisdom. Next, I touched the water to my throat chakra, setting the intention that my voice would speak only the truth. Last, I touched the water to my heart chakra, asking that my heart be open to connection beyond the veil. Once again, clearing my space with Palo Santo, I began slowly burning each intention that I had established over the last several weeks for the upcoming year. Having set my intentions, it was my opportunity now to let go and let God steer my course. By burning these intentions, we signal our willingness and openness to the direction of the universe and our trust that whatever intentions align with our greatest and highest good will come to fruition in this upcoming year. With only 2 intentions left to burn, I selected one, reading it quietly to myself and placing it in my pocket after I burned the final one. This is my reminder of the intentions that I have set, what I have invited into my life, but further recognizing that all other intentions have been set free to the universe, trusting that my path will become clear and the intentions that align with my greatest and highest good will come to me. This stage of my ritual was now complete and my intentions have been released. I next transitioned into some intuitive work to align myself with this new season. For this exploration, I set out 2 sets of 5 tarot cards, exploring not only ancestral guidance, but also helping me bring to a sacred ending everything that was not meant for me during this closing season. Beginning with my ancestral tarot spread, I began exploring 1. What ancestral energy is with me at this moment? 2. What wisdom do my ancestors have to share with me? 3. What generational patterns am I being invited to release? 4. What gift has been passed down to me from those before? 5. How can I better honor and connect with my ancestors? The second spread was to explore the sacred ending and beginning of the new wheel of the year. My first question considered, what is ready to end or be released? What lesson has this chapter taught me? This exploration examined 5 questions. 1. What is ready to be released or concluded? 2. What lessons am I taking with me from this chapter? 3. What fears or resistance do I need to face? 4. What is waiting for me in the new season, ready to emerge? 5. How can I best support myself during this transition? After laying out the spread, I began journaling thoughtfully, considering everything that came up for me as I was examining the cards and their meanings. I use all resources available to me in exploring my own personal tarot readings, letting my own insights and emotions be my guide, and trusting that first impressions are often the answer my guides and greater knowing are intending me to see. After exploring the messages and insights from the cards, I spent some time in quiet meditation to open myself up further to any guidance, insights, or intuition needing to be seen and explored during this time. To bring my Samhain ritual into the rest of my home, I began with some cinnamon. Blowing cinnamon into your home during Samhain is a practice that is rooted in various cultural and spiritual traditions and believed to have several purposes, including purification and protection, attracting positive energy, enhancing rituals, and attracting abundance. With the help of my trusty companion, I gently blew the cinnamon across my threshold and into my home. Next, I used the witch's bells that I often have hanging next to my door and gently used the sound to cleanse the space in the entrance into my home. The bells consist of various herbs and items that I've picked up from our travels, as well as dried flowers and items representing new beginnings and protection. Next, I took a cinnamon stick and placed it above my door with the help of a footstool to make sure that I could reach to the proper placement. This concluded my Sow-in ritual and the beginning of my new year.